Philadelphia was home to some of the best architects in golf history, including A.W. Tillinghast, William Flynn, George Thomas, George Crump, and Hugh Wilson. But in 1928, Scotland's Donald Ross returned to make his contribution to the city's championship golf scene. At Aronimink Golf Club, Ross's task was to build a course that could stand up to the likes of nearby Marion and Pine Valley. In 2016, Aronimink underwent a restoration by Hanse Golf Course Design.
We wanted to put Ross back the way Ross had it. Our primary focus here was just to get the golf course back for the members, get it back the way Ross had it, and then we'll see what happens.
Part of what makes Philadelphia one of the world's great golf cities is its terrain. It's tumbling and interesting, but not extreme.
It's a really nice piece of ground. It's rolling. It has, some elevation to it, but it's not dramatic from an elevation standpoint.
Aronimink's site has a unique shape, almost like a sink. The center of the course is the bottom, or the drain, and the holes play in and out of the sink and along the edges. This combination of terrain and the routing provides a variety of lies. The 6th, 7th, 15th, and 16th holes are draped along the bowl of the sink, which creates a lot of side hill lies. The holes that play in and out of the sink, on the other hand, feature uphill and downhill shots. Gil Hanse wanted to bring back the course's sense of scale and topography by restoring the width of the fairways.
Yeah, the fairways are wider than when we started. We talked an awful lot about scale and getting Ross's scale back to the property. The slopes on the fairways, watching the balls run out. There's a lot of cross slope on the fairways. Watch the balls run in the fairway to see a little bit of the contour, and then around on the greens. When the guys miss the greens in particular, watch the recovery shots and watch where the slopes that they have to come up and over.
The most eye-catching features at Aronimink are the bunker clusters, which are a rare sight at Ross Designs. Hanse discovered just how many bunkers had been lost when he looked at aerial photography of the course in its early days. During the restoration, the bunker count went from 74 to 174.
I know the members appreciate the aesthetics of it. They really like the presentation of the bunkers and the clusters of bunkers that Ross had built here. They're very dramatic. They're different from pretty much anything else he's built. There are some bunkers like on 13 that are just right off the tee that, we put them back because Ross used those as a marker for the elevation change, so visually create some deception. And I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday, Ross and Tillinghast, those guys weren't afraid to put bunkers right in front of you and say, hey, if you can't get the ball airborne, maybe you should be playing bridge. You shouldn't be out here playing golf. And so we put some of those back in, and I'm sure the members probably curse us about that.
The final standout ingredient in Aronimink's architecture is an authentic set of Donald Ross greens. They're nothing like the famous Army helmets at Pinehurst No. 2. Instead, as Jaeger Kovich described them in an article on the Fried Egg website, they're more like potato chips with wavy spines and channels.
There's a lot of really interesting contours on the edges of the greens, and I think that if they have to negotiate them, if they miss a green, it'll be something akin to what we see at Augusta, where they're aiming away from the flag in order to use a slope to get to it, or having to really kind of play a bank shot off of some of these slopes. It's a chess match, that there are options and ways to play through this hopefully beautifully presented natural landscape, and you're kind of working your way through it and solving a puzzle.